Anthropic has extended Fable 5 access for subscription plan users to July 12th, giving us more time to use it without paying the API rates. Usage limit reset to accompany the change would be helpful, given customers, including myself, made sure to fully utilize Fable 5 before the previous deadline was due. Nonetheless, the game generations keep coming. Today we will cover 10 of them, ranging from GTA 6 clones to a War Thunder clone and even VR games made with Fable 5. Let's begin. First we have a GTA 6 clone from Jazzy, who says he's been on a vibe coding streak for 23 days, and since Fable's return has been exploring the Unreal Engine MCP. He notes that he recently added drifting and made the car physics and handling feel more realistic. This game demo so far definitely has a Vice City feel. The graphics are impressive, granted the backbone here is the Unreal MCP. Robot 2.0 vibe coded a GTA clone from scratch. This one is running in three.js in the browser, and he says he integrated reflections as well. The game was generated with Codex. It does look rough around the edges, but it's pretty good for a game in early development, especially given it's running in the browser. It shows you can do really impressive things with Codex given enough time and prompt iterations. The difference between the two models is mostly how many prompts it takes you to get your desired goal. Arguably with Fable 5, it would be a shorter duration of steps compared to the current state-of-the-art Codex models, but with enough ingenuity, it's possible to get the same results. Aman Patel is on day 37 of building GTA 6 with Claude Code, where players prompt everything into existence. It's a voxel-style GTA Online clone that runs entirely in your browser, and the whole world is built by the players typing what they want. So you can prompt your own car, prompt your own building, prompt your own weapon. Every NPC walking around is an AI agent, so the world keeps living and never sleeps. It's a shared online world, so you dropped in with other players roaming the same map. So it uses Fable and Opus behind the scenes to generate the assets on the fly from your prompts. There's no API key needed, you just click play and you can make an account to save your progress. This week he made the map way bigger, upgraded the police and added new quests and money-making activities. Alex came with a War Thunder clone in three.js running in the browser. First thing I will say is the visuals look phenomenal. Look at the lighting and reflections from the plane. He notes that often flight simulators typically lack adequate controls compared to that of War Thunder. With his generation here, that was the first thing he addressed. He also replicated the camera behavior of the flagship game. Mr. VR prompted Fable 5 to make him a VRChat world. He notes that the lighting is doing a lot of the heavy lifting, but it still exceeded his expectations. I'm seeing more of this lately, where you give Fable 5 a sandbox, e.g. Minecraft or Roblox, or even, in this case, VRChat. It does well at creating mods or shaders for the said game. Perhaps it has a lot to do with a lot of mod samples for these games being in the training data. For example, take a game like Skyrim, it has a big mod community, meaning there would be a lot of artifacts for it to ground its generations on. Alternatively, it could just do web search and find repos of VRChat worlds and use them as grounding. Marco generated this game with OMA AI. Now, I didn't know about OMA AI before seeing this. It's a multi-agent harness that orchestrates multiple specialized agents in parallel to generate 3D models, assets, images, storyboards, and code generation. They describe it as a game studio all in one. It sounds like a competitor to Higgsfield, which does the same thing with their game environment harness. They don't allow you to pick models, you only steer the harness. But under the hood, they supposedly utilize multiple providers: Codex, Claude, Grok, Midjourney, etc. In this instance, Marco used it to make a simple food catching game. He calls it Wok Ninja. Miro Chill generated a functional 3D car which you can interact with. Perhaps he was trying to go for a car mechanic simulator type game. But this vehicle looks more like a Lego car without the modular depth some build sets have off the shelf. He does note it took him several iterations with Fable 5 to get this result, and that everything was fully functional from the start, but with mediocre quality. He's had access to GPT 5.6 Pro in the past, and believes it would have beaten Fable 5 on this specific prompt. Tech artist prompted Fable 5, code me a sports car driving through a cyberpunk environment using three.js, and this is what it generated in one shot. The car looks like the Batmobile surrounded by what looks like Christmas trees. Fable 5 definitely got the aesthetic and tone right, but I would argue that this has more of a synthwave pastiche than a cyberpunk one. Aman Patel vibe coded a racing game with Forza Horizon graphics that runs entirely in your browser. He wanted to see if he could make something that looks like Forza Horizon or Need for Speed, but runs in a browser without a fancy GPU. He just started experimenting with Claude and kept iterating. He grabbed 3D models for cars, guardrails, streetlights off Sketchfab. Then he had Claude compress them to cut the computational load. The textures came from Polyhaven, also compressed and optimized, so it stays quite lightweight. He built the whole thing on the $20 Claude Pro plan. Lastly, we have a VR shooter game generated by Scott using Fable 5, WebXR, and three.js. It resembles a lot of the VR video games people would buy on Steam for the Oculus Rift in the mid-2010s. Now Fable 5 can generate the same game in an afternoon. Granted, tokens are not cheap. That's all the games from today. Do like and subscribe, and have a good one.